There are a great many PHP functions that deal with arrays, as evidenced by the PHP manual array functions. But there are some particular ones that are of special interest. Most of the sorting functions are very useful, and there are 4 that we'll deal with in the examples. Unique array, which removes duplicates, in array, which finds the member in an array, array slice, which returns a subarray, and array merge, which adds the elements of array B onto the array A. Our examples start with a test harness, which contains 2 functions. So load the file fntest, and whatever's in it, select it all with Ctrl A and delete it, and paste the snippet, examplets functions, test array functions. We've got some style to make the rendering clearer. We've set up 3 arrays, which you'll be familiar with, and we've isolated the names of the arrays. Don't worry about that. This function contains some very advanced built-in functions, which you might find useful, but it simply returns the name of a variable, and clearly it's not as simple as it first sounds. The other function in this test harness is dump array, which has a pair of nested for each loops and checks whether it's an array of arrays and prints out something that's a little more easy to read on the browser, and we'll see why in a moment. The main body of the test harness is between the 2 comment lines. And this first example uses the printr function to print out the values of an array, and then it uses our dump array custom function to print out the same thing in a slightly different format. Let's save that and load the demo folder of our localhost and find function test and run it. And this is the printout we get from the standard PHP printr function. It certainly tells us all of the elements of the array, but it's a little harder to read than our custom function, dump array, which prints it out in a format where it's neatly laid out to demonstrate the difference between the first tier and second tier elements in the array. Our second example, which we'll get by deleting all of the code between the 2 test comments and pasting sorting arrays, uses the sort function to sort the array in ascending order of its first column. The key values are also reassigned. So the function prints out the array P in our dump array format. It sorts the array and then prints out array P in our dump array format again, so we can compare the 2. Save that and refresh the browser. So our first array, array P unchanged, is record 1 is 3 and orange, record 2, index 1, is 4 and apple, record 3, index 2, is 1 and lemon. So this has sorted the array now in the order of the first element of the array. So it sorted it as 1, 3, 4. And notice that the index numbers have changed. Lemon used to be index 2 and now it's index 0. On the training page, if you look at the sorting page on the PHP manual, you'll see that there are multiple types of sort that we can use. We've just used the standard sort, and what you can do is use this test harness to change this sort, for example, to a sort. And save. Rerun the script, and notice that the order is now exactly the same, except the index values have been preserved. Lemon used to have the index 2, and it still does after it's been sorted in accordance with function asort. Once again, delete the code between the test comments and insert our test for array unique. Array unique gets rid of the duplicate entries from a one-dimensional array. So we have to operate on array W, which is the only one-dimensional array we have, this list of fruit here. We print out array W so we can compare what happens. We assign unique array to array unique of array W. and then we print out unique array. So if we save that and refresh the browser, melon is mentioned twice in the original array W, but you can see that it's been eliminated from the new array unique array, and the array unique array has one less element, that of the duplicate melon.